Good morning, class 8. Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kuntinagar, Nevada. This is the first video lecture of the chapter Some Natural Phenomenon. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about some natural phenomenon like lightning and earthquake. So, to first listen what is lightning. Lightning is transfer of or jumping of charge from one part of the cloud to other part, or transfer of charge from cloud to ground is called lightning. So this charge move from one portion of the cloud to the another portion, or the charge that move from cloud to the earth if the cloud is too close to the earth. So this is called lightning. To understand lightning, first you have to understand charge. What do you mean by the word charge? To understand charge, some basic information is required. Every matter, no matter means everything in this world, it is made up of atom. So if you cut a aluminium foil and you start cutting it means at the end the smallest piece of the aluminium, by any means, I am not saying with the help of scissor, if you start cutting aluminium foil half and half, you take aluminium foil, cut it in half, then you cut it in half, then again you cut it in half, like that keep on cutting. The smallest piece of that aluminium that cannot be further divided is called atom. So atom is the smallest piece of everything, means it is the smallest entity, that is called atom. It is indivisible, it cannot be divided. But this atom is further made up of three fundamental particles: electron, proton, and neutron. So atom is made up of electron, proton, and neutron. Electrons is negatively charged, proton is positively charged, and neutron do not have any charge. So if you see the arrangement of electron, proton, and neutron in an atom, at the center there is a nucleus. In nucleus, proton and neutron is present, and around this electron keep on revolving. So at the center proton is there and electron keep on revolving, and in an atom the number of electron is equal to number of proton. So the electrons in an atom, the number of electron remains equal to the number of proton. So since the negative charge and the positive charge both are equal, atom remains neutral. Okay. One more thing, the electrons that is around the nucleus is in particular orbit. For example, if the atomic number of any atom is, for example, 10, so if the atomic number is, for example, 11, so at the center there will be 11 proton, around which in first orbit there will be 2 electrons, in second orbit there will be 8 electrons, and the last orbit one electron will be there. So electrons are arranged in orbit, but number of electron will be same. Here also 11 proton, here also 11 electron, but arrangement remains like this. First orbit contains 2 electrons, second orbit contains 8 electrons, and so on. Like this electrons are arranged. So tell me, if it is positively charged and it is negatively charged. So the attraction between this electron and proton and this electron and proton, which will be more? So here these electrons are compared to this electron is loosely attracted. So electrons that is present in the orbit is attracted differently by the nucleus, and due to which a body get charged or uncharged. For example, you see, I will give one example here. Take a glass rod and take silk, okay, and you take ebonite rod and fur. This is also made up of atom. This is also made up of atom. Okay, this is a glass rod and this is silk cloth. This is a ebonite rod and this is a fur. What is ebonite rod? It is actually a rod made up of vulcanized rubber. This is made up of rubber. So take a glass rod and take a silk, rub it. See, one more thing I am saying, silk is also made up of atom, means it has electron, proton and neutron, and glass also have electron, proton and neutron. Okay, so now what I am saying, rub the silk cloth over the glass rod. When you rub it, it get heated. Due to friction there is heat, and heat is a kind of energy, and this energy is transferred into silk also and the glass also. But the electrons in the glass rod is loosely attracted by the atom of the glass rod. Means electrons in the glass rod is attracted loosely by the atom of glass rod. So when the silk cloth is rubbed over a glass rod, some electron get transferred to the silk. Since electrons are loosely attracted here with the proton, means with the nucleus of the electron, the glass rod, the electron transfer from the glass rod to silk. For example, if glass rod has 10 proton and 10 electron and silk has 12 proton and 12 electron, just for sake I am saying, not like that. So one electron transferred, so now it is 9 electron, and here it is 13 electron. So what happens? This 9 electron negative charge and 9 positive charge will cancel each other and remaining one extra positive charge is there. So this glass rod become positively charged, and here 12 proton cancel out 12 electron, one extra electron is there, then silk become negatively charged. So what I am saying here, when silk was rubbed over the glass rod, electron transfer or electron moved from glass rod to silk rod, means silk cloth, due to which the silk become negatively charged and glass rod become positively charged. Okay, next, if you rub fur over the ebonite rod, the electrons in the fur are loosely attracted by the protons. That's why electron get transferred from fur to the ebonite rod, and it become negatively charged and it obviously become positively charged. So what I am saying here, there is a cloth, there is a rod. If you rub these two, friction is there. Due to heat, the electrons of cloth and the electrons of this rod both get excited, and the electrons which are loosely attracted by the nucleus will transfer. if it is transferring from here, then someone has to gain, so it will gain. So if it transfer electron in this, then it will become positively charged, because I have told you number of electron is equal to number of proton. Electron is negatively charged, proton is positive charge. If electron move from here, then proton is remaining, so it is positively charged, and it has number of electron and equal number of proton. Extra electron came here, it become negatively charged. Okay, so it was Benjamin Franklin who noticed that charges are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. So a body get charged when there is transfer of electron. So in today's activity we have to see that the similar charges repel each other and dissimilar charges attract each other. To perform this activity, you have to take a wooden stand and you have to take a glass rod. You need a glass rod, you need silk cloth, you need ebonite rod and a fur. What you have to do, you take the silk cloth, take two glass rod, two ebonite rod, take the silk cloth and rub over the glass rod and hang it with the help of thread. This is the glass rod, and take another glass rod, rub it with silk and hold it in your hand. Now bring this glass rod close to this hanging glass rod. Since both are glass rod and it is rubbed by the silk, so obviously both are similarly charged. It is also positively charged, this is also positively charged. When you bring this glass rod close to this, it will move away, means positive charge and positive charge repel each other, they move away from each other. Do the same activity again. This time you take the ebonite rod and rub it with the fur. This is negatively charged, and take a rod in your hand and that is also negatively charged, that is ebonite rod rubbed with fur. When you bring it closer to the hanging ebonite rod which was rubbed with the help of fur, you will say it will move away, means negative charge also move away from each other. Means from this we can say similar charge repel each other. Perform same activity, but this time you take a glass rod, rub it with the silk and hang it. So glass rod is positively charged. Take a ebonite rod, hang it with the fur, means rub it with the fur and bring it close to the hanging rod. You will see that it get attracted. So there is attraction between the positive and negative charges. So from this activity we can say similar charge, that is positive negative repel each other, but dissimilar charge attract each other, that is negative and positive. So hope you understand. I will try to send some animation also. Okay.